Why did I hang on? Why do I keep coming out? Because I want to come out and stroke my ego.
Yeah.
Bit, win or lose, still not many men can do what we do, because if they get arrested, you get into serious trouble because you're trained. You train the weapon, and you should, because it's a martial arts, you should be knowing when to use it and when not to.
Use it.
That being said, you also get some assholes out there. So I'm not scared to give a PK. I'll clap you if you make shit to me. But you're training this art. We want to master this art. So mastering it means being the best. Now that we're on the world stage, we want to be the best in the world. Yeah.
Yo, what's up, guys? What is happening? Welcome yet again to another episode here on Beyond the Game with yours truly, GCJ. All right. So if you are an existing subscriber and you've been here before, guys, welcome back. You know how we do it. And obviously, if you are new, welcome. And let's hope you do stay. Please do stay. Don't go away. So, guys, before you do anything, okay, please make sure to like, share, subscribe, click all of those buttons, tell your grandmother, tell your granddad, tell everyone, you know what I mean, that we are live and we're active here on Beyond the Game. So as you guys know, right, I have been sitting down with extraordinary, legends in this podcast, right, and it's been crazy. So today I'm taking you guys into a different direction yet again. Right, I think in the previous episode I took you guys swimming, right? So today I'm taking you guys boxing and fighting. You know what I mean? Because I know you guys like, aggression, all that type of stuff. You guys like fighting. So today I'm taking you guys fighting. Hope you guys will come with me. Let's get on the cage. I'll see you guys outside, type of vibe. So today I'm sitting down with another legend. He has done it all. He has TK'd on a lot of people. Won a lot of titles, retired and still came back again, and still retired and came back again. So today I'm sitting down with extraordinary legend Dino Bagattin. How are you, brother?
All good, thank you. Can't complain. Life's good. No complaints.
I can see that. I mean, you're gonna go step into a cage once again.
No, I don't think so. No more fighting. I've accepted what's next, and there'll be no more coming out of retirement.
Yeah.
It depends. If they pay me a lot of money, then maybe. But yeah, I think for now I'm done, to be honest.
No, good to see you, man. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it. I know that, getting you here was very it wasn't, very smooth. I mean, had communications after communication.
Yes.
But finally you're here. Thank you so much for your time. And man, listen, I think where I would really like to start as well, just for the sake of the viewers as well that probably don't know you. I just want to really start with, who you are, who Dino is, where Dino comes from, and a bit of your background. You know what I mean? Just give us some insight on, who this legend is.
Okay, well, firstly now, Dino the Lion Bagattin is a dad first.
Yeah, come on.
I grew up in Edenville, which is just right down the road, actually. Very proud of the veil. We call it the veil there. I've got it tattooed on my knuckles.
Yeah.
It's also got a bit of a stigma until people actually meet us. But, I mean, we're known for being no-nonsense type. Similar to the south of Joburg. Edenville's the same. But, yeah, I mean, fighting, I was always getting into fights on the rugby field. I swear I was overly aggressive, and we can go way back. I mean, family dynamics. I was an angry kid. I was an angry kid, and then I just loved it. I was drawn to it. So I'd like to say this, I wasn't a troublemaker.
I get you.
But I was a skinny little veil dude with his hat back, and those shit's attracted to me. If you know what I mean. So I just thrived in it, and then I actually I lived in London for 12 years after school. Just playing rugby, and then I started tile boxing in the off season because I was drawn to. I was already watching it and watching combat sports. UFC was also going by then, and I was always drawn to it, and I actually got a hiding one night on the tube. My mate had started some trouble, and I stood and fought, and I got an absolute hiding by these two guys.
Really?
And
2-on-1?
Yeah, 2-on-1, and I got beat down properly. And then that Monday morning, I was like at my first Thai boxing training. So that's where I was like, cool, now I'm going to go learn some shit. Like next time this happens, I'm going to throw down. And yeah, and then just like I arrived at the training session with a black guy, and like my trainer wasn't really sure of me. He was a British dude, obviously, a mixed race guy, and like he just wouldn't give me time, and I was like, I'll show him, and like I just stuck to it, and then eventually he's like, do you want to have a fight? And I did, and I fought amateurs, and then turned professional. And I won some titles over there. I won the British Muay Thai title, and the Commonwealth Muay Thai title, which is under the ISKA banner. And then I decided, I trained in Thailand. I was like really homesick, even though I was in Thailand for my second title fight there. And I was like, no, I'm done. I'm done with the UK. I want to go home to Africa. I can hear Africa calling me. So like I said, after that fight, I was out, and I moved back to SA, and we just had a recession, and it was hard, man. I couldn't get a job. I was like living on my mom's couch, and
really,
I worked at dead end. Like I was laying floors for these guys, laminate floors, but I was like running the sites, like I could drive. I was a driver, operating, and like I fell out with them over money, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go train people, and because I was already coaching, but I was like, you need a job. You can't. I was like, I'm going to go do this full time, which it'll give me more time to train now, like a professional, and we'll coach people to make money. Because my mom freaked, like, what are you going to do for money? And are you mad? And fighting, like, she had known like I'd won some titles and stuff, but like, she still is under the impression like you can't make a living for it. Like, what's your backup plan?
What's your backup plan? And old parents like that.
And like I'm blessed, like there is a backup plan now, and that just happens to come through my career and people I've met, and so I went from like training people from earning $200 a day to now training people for 200 an hour. Not on the hour every hour, but like I had one client twice a week, and like it was 400 rand, so I wasn't getting 1,000, I was getting 400, but I still had more time, and I was happy. And I was like, I started putting in more training time, and then the EFC came along, and I had a couple MMA fights at some smaller promotions, and then EFC, which is the big guys here.
The big guys,
they came and like blew it out of the water production-wise, and it was like, it was like,
I was out there, on TV,
and it was like, big thing, your mates, you're getting recognized, like, and then like I won the British, I won those titles in England, and then I won the EFC welterweight title. And like that division of ours was a stacked division, so it was like I had to like build my way up for years to get up and like to get my shot, So it was a special one for me because I had a lot to prove being a striker. Like my losses had also all only come on the ground.
On the ground,
It was the newest sport to me, but like I wrestled for a little bit when I was a kid, but like never saw it like through, if you know what I mean. Which I would have been way better. My mom stopped us actually because she saw like a little Afrikaans kid with some cauliflower ears. She's like, no, you're not gonna have cauliflower, like one of those moms. And like I said to her, like, look, I've got collies now. You should have just let me, So, and then I suppose that's where we are now.
Yeah, that's
been in the making. So like I always love fighting and anger issues, and that's why like I recommend it to kids with like anger issues, with kids getting bullied, because like it is a great way to channel like your anger, aggression, and problems into like a sport.
So just like, but like so like more in a way that also just benefits you in a way.
The fighter's lifestyle, you see us on TV. They think, but the fighter's lifestyle is a hard lifestyle. It's hard. You're training people for money. You have sponsors. Not everyone sponsors you monthly, so you get guys that only come on board for the fight. So your purse isn't, like in South Africa, the purses aren't great. Well, not anymore. But, it's like, it's a hard life, man. And then you're training and, you're living from like sponsor to sponsor. Guys will drop you on a heartbeat. One loss, they're out. You know what I mean? Like, the guys are like, that's savage. It's a cutthroat industry. And, they only want to get their brand out there and affiliate to like
sort of guy,
So, But then in saying that, there are guys that have come along and backed their boy, you know, the whole way through.
Yeah.
Especially like me being from Univale, like I got all my Vale people behind me.
Yes.
You know, so.
And like the whole,
where's the Vale lads?
Yeah.
Always used to shout out to the where's the Vale lads and like, you know, give them props. And yeah, so I was blessed at like a lot of places like Ridgeway Race Bar, Red Door Cafe, like they would do my food. Grant was just like knew of me. He's got like a big Ridgeway Race Bar, so he's the owner there. It was VW, Edenvale also, you know, like going back, it was lots and like. So it sort of like had that stigma to like I got my sponsors in my area to stick behind me, you know. So
no, I get you because I mean that's basically just what it means when you come from like, you know, a community like, because I'm sure everyone sort of like probably knows pretty much everyone, you know. So
in Edinburgh, oh yeah, they call me the mayor in the Vale. I'm the mayor there. You know? Nothing gets through me. No one gets in. No one gets out. It comes through the mayor. But yeah, it is a very tight knit community. Like at the community, we have a park there where the community came in and like we all got stuck in, and it's Howard's farm.
Yeah.
It was derelict in that, and we all came in and I convinced my cousin to start. We had a company called Vale X VIX.
Okay.
First of all, which we were just doing t-shirts for, you know. And we did beer as well. We did Vale Brew beer.
Okay.
And I got on my cousin because she does markets. I was like, you got to do one yet. I did once. I was like, come, you have to do it. Yeah, you have to. And eventually she came. She had a look and like, so the community did like all came together and like eventually like there were ours, there were markets, there were people there every weekend. We used to like pay the municipality to come cut the grass before the event.
Yeah.
And then like the community came together and guys started sponsoring paint and they did it up. And just from like that community get together, then all of a sudden they found, I'd be lying if like maybe 3 million rand for upgrades to that park. But they built like a big skate park and some like
that's beautiful, man.
Training
that's
equipment.
Really great, yeah.
You know, they changed it up so you can walk and run around the place. So that it was like a path, if you know what I mean, like a track. So yeah, like that's the Vale community coming together.
Yeah,
we all stand by each other.
Yeah, that's really amazing, man. I mean, all the support system that you can get, you know, it's very important because I mean, it has built you to who you are today, you know. Tell me then, Deez, like you mentioned something about, you know, but pretty much sort of like attracted you and sort of like led you to this journey of, you know, being an MMA fighter professionally, and fighting the EFCs and winning all these titles. So like the background of it in a way was just obviously that pinned up aggression, you know, from
I was angry at home life. It was hard, and like, you know, hey, I've cried those tears, so I know what you're doing, right? Those tears have been cried, but it was hard, bro. But it's also shaped me who I am. So like, it's made me this hard exterior character that I am. Like anyone who knows me close, like tight, they'll know, like, you know, I'm a big softie actually. Yeah. But like this hard exterior, tattooed to the gills, you know, like collie ears. But I mean, I do have that streak in me at the same time. So, but I mean, I've always like, even throughout my career, like I've always been an approachable guy.
Sure.
So like, even though I'm tattooed up and they've just seen me fight there, I was always the fighter that you could go and like, you could chat to him and like I'd be able to have a conversation with you and thank you for your support. And yeah, I think that's what made me, you know, he's no nonsense character in the cage. Some dude's coming to fight. And then outside he's like, this nice guy.
This nice guy. No. I can actually, you know, see that because, I mean, as you said, you know, it's been a fight from, you know, literally from probably as long as you've known it. You know what I mean? And probably, I'm sure until now, you're probably still fighting some battles.
Fighting different battles. My coach said to me this morning, he's still fighting the daily battles. Like, hey, coach, I'm only coming here to stay young. You know? Because I'm the oldest guy in the gym, but I'm training with the youngsters, you know, so like, I'm only going there to stay fit and I'm still sharp as hell. They know it. but like, just to stay in shape, positive mind. You know, I did let myself go a bit, but like not drastically, but you know, I've got a sore spot for beer.
Don't we all? You know what I mean?
I trained so hard, and like like now it's more scientific the way the guys are training. Like,
Okay.
you know, which is, you know, we used to train back in the day like dom stack. You know, you like train till you overtrain. Like we didn't know those things back then. So like the sport's very really evolved, and everyone's training heart rate monitors now. You know, seeing what's happening with their hearts. Like everyone's so tuned in, so the sport's come.
And then which moment in like your career would you say that was definitely like your high? Like, you know, things were just like that season is like going well for you. You know, you winning back-to-back fights.
Yeah. I mean, my run to the title was like spectacular because I beat some tough dudes, like, and hard, good fighters. Then winning the title, and then like my son was born as well after that. So it was like that still is my highest. Like that's my little. That's half of me, you know what I mean. The other half is his mom. That's half of me, and like I'm a proud dad. You know what I mean. Like it's all everything he wants at the moment. Like, I try to give him what I didn't have, you know. I try to be very present in his life, and like I'm going now to watch him. And, you know, like cornered him in his own fights. You know, like we're not making like there's kiddies rules, obviously, but like you know, cornered him and watching him walk his own path, you know, like, but he's rugby obsessed now, so I don't want to force the fighting on him, you know, so it's all rugby, and no, that's cool, but like, you're still going to wrestle, I tell him, you're still going to wrestle, oh, Dad, come on, now. I'm like, you know, it's wrestling. It's like, he doesn't realize it, like that wrestling athleticism and the body strength, weight stuff, the body weight stuff and neck warm-ups, I said, like he doesn't understand, but that's all like developing his little body and his competitive nature and still going to wrestling. So that's definitely my like was that crescent, and then like my little one being born, you know. So I'm proud dad, man.
I can imagine. I can see it in your face also. You know, just like when you speak about your son, it just glows up. You know, like in your life, did like your dad be the same person for you?
Yeah, my dad was like he was there. We were hunting, fishing. You know, we had that childhood, and then like he got ill. Well, back then they didn't know what it was, but he served in Angola.
Okay.
So like, what's a complication? Everyone knows there's complications. Those guys all came back with complications, you know. So, like, and then like I think they called it manic depression, which is not bipolar. And like he got bipolar, went a bit nuts one day, and you know. So, but like we obviously he's had a stroke in that since, but like. It was like, that just made life hard. You know, you didn't understand what was going on as a kid. I was very angry, and like I worked through it. You know, it was something I worked through. I was working with a mental conditioning coach at the time, and he's like, you know, we did this shadow work and stuff, and like that was like something for me. And he's like how would he said this to me, and like this is what changed me. My thought about my dad was, he's like, how would I tell you, like you've based your whole career on your anger towards your dad. And I honestly like thought about it, and like it sat with me for long. And you obviously start unpacking it, and like you start reflecting, and okay, cool. My next question was, okay, cool. So if I make peace with my dad, does that mean I'm not going to want to fight anymore? Which obviously wasn't the case. But
so do you think like making peace with your dad,
like I wouldn't have that.
Would make you a softie.
I wouldn't have that aggression anymore, you know, because now you've buried it. You know, it's still going to be there, but it's still there. It's been bred in you that. But and we're cool now. I mean, he's had a stroke, so I go see him. We got him in a home. We have him in a wheelchair and his speech is battled. And we were trying, and him and my brother had arguments, and my brother shifted him one afternoon straight bad cough. It's like, we're not doing this anymore. You need he does need full care. Like, he's even got nappies. Just going to the toilet's hard, you know. So but he's all right. Yeah.
And your mom, she's still
mom's still going strong.
Okay.
Like mom's tough as nails as well. Like she went through a lot. So she's still going.
Between the two, do you think you probably got that dog, that fight from?
My dad was a bit of my dad was a SA judo champ, and he boxed a bit as well. So, but he wasn't like his main thing was he rode in a bike gang. So, they were called Satan's slaves.
Okay.
And he used to go on about, like now we'll be talking about it, but he used to go on about his mates, Charlie Wasserman and their kids.
Yeah.
And then like years later, I meet Chaz Wasserman. He's like a little guy. He's younger than me, but he's also in the fighting game. And I was like, bro, is your dad by any chance Charlie? And he's like, no, he's passed away. I was like, hey, shit, sorry. I was like, bro, my dad always talks. He's like, hey, who's your dad? I was like, Dino Bagattin. So he goes and asks his mom. His mom confirms the stories. They were big Giants. So, yeah. I mean, I think more from my dad's side. But my mom's a Leo, eh? So she's she's dangerous. My mom. Dangerous. Right? You just get hidings and backhands from her. And I was like,
go on this road and go out the road.
I mean, so my mom's side, my granddad's side is she's South African, but like she's got Scottish heritage, and my opa is Afrikaans. So, and then my dad's side's Italian, so like I'm a proper mix of everything.
You're a proper mix of everything, bro. Have you been to Italy?
Yeah, I have. Yeah. Obviously, I've got an Italian passport. I think that's why I stayed in the UK for so long.
For so long, okay.
Leave, so. Do
you still have family that side, or just?
Yeah, we do have family in Italy, but like all my immediate families here. So.
Okay, no, that's wonderful. Bro. So now you mentioned that you're also are coaching, and I'm sure it's like it's also a bit more of sort of like you giving back what you were given. Who are currently, how is that making you feel? So like, because you said you also retired and came back and retired and came back. How does that sort of like make you feel now? Are you, because you did mention that you also you think that you're done. So doing that, I mean, obviously it's always good to give back.
Yeah.
But like, how's that going for you right now? How's that journey? Just make you stayed low for like a while now. You're not completely doing anything.
Yeah. Look, I don't look at it so much as giving back. For me, it's like I'm paving the way for these youngsters.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm one of the pioneers of the sports in the country, so I was around when it was still underground fighting. That's what it was called. Like, my current coach used to have shows for CRT in Pretoria, like in an underground basement. Park cars. It was legit. They had a cage, but they gave it that underground feel. But like, so for me now, it's like let me pave the way for these guys, like, and be of assistance. I'm working with Mark now at the moment, and like Mark's a great. We're friends, man. We're friends, and we were training partners here at FFM for many years, and he said to me, "Come to CRT. I need you there." Almost like he always gives me this call to arms when he needs me. Same as when we travel to Russia, and like it gives me like purpose now. Like I can come, I can give him my 2 cents, make sure he understands what coach wants of him, help him. When he's like doing his weight cuts and stuff, because like I've been there, done it. We got the right hydration. Just make sure there's no complications. So I'm almost, because I never quite got to that. This international level at the where Drickus is now and where Mark is now, it's like I at least get to be a part of it, which is cool.
Okay.
And like Mark's my friend. He's like we best, like I'd say we're best friends first, and now we get to travel, walk this road together. I hold pads for him, obviously, and then just implementing what our coach wants in the gym. So I'm just like, I wouldn't say I'm his coach. I'm like his second.
Yeah.
I'm his second in charge. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he was meditated for his fights. I didn't want to be, he said, I'll only get them to sign my reps. They can only sign my reps. Yeah. And I'll speak to the referee. Those were my 2 instructions. No one else was allowed near him. I let him sleep the whole time. I meditate, I should say. And then got him up and put his gloves on. Just worked up the sweat and like mold this guy. So, and I got to be there, you know what I mean? So, and then like I've got some other guys I'm working with. I mentioned to you like when I lived up in Zambia, so I was actually taken over there to coach. That was why I went up there.
Okay.
A guy invested some money in the gym there and was paying me well to go up there and get MMA off the ground in Zambia. He needed a South African coach, and
okay, is the talent really good then in Zambia?
It's like raw, man. It's raw talent. The guys, once they knew I was there, like everyone came to the gym. Like everyone. But there were small gyms. There were guys doing stuff already. So once they heard the South African champions, they all obviously came to CFC, City Fight. What was it, City Fight Club or something like that?
Yeah.
And so I was coaching up there, and I would recognize these two, there's two top talent there. First, I got Humphrey to come work for me. Ken was, in and out of the gym, and I was like, "What are you doing?" No, he's washing cars. I was like, "He's washing cars at a panel shop." I was like, "Okay, cool." I was like, "Why don't you come work in the gym?" And then I eventually got him to come work in the gym. So I had Humphrey and Ken working in the gym, learning to train clients. So I was teaching them how to train clients, make some money, hustling money. We call it hustling money. Hustle your clients, and then also they got to work with them extra now.
Okay.
And because they were working there, I could hold pads with them and footwork stuff. And I really wrestled the hell out of them. Not like I was a big wrestler, but I saw that was where the gap was in the levels.
If knocked out, bro.
Sorry?
How does it feel to be knocked out? Have you been knocked out before?
Yeah, you don't feel anything, actually. You just wake up. Yeah, so I brought these two boys back, and one won a title now, and so I'm paving the way. That's paving the way, making it easy. That's how I see it.
That's wonderful. I've always been really curious because also just watching documentaries as well. What was your struggles that really just kept you in that fight?
In the cage, you're talking about? We've discussed this between ourselves. It's your ego. It's your ego. And why did I hang on? Why do I keep coming out? Because I want to come out and stroke my ego. Bit, win or lose, still not many men can do what we do.
Yes.
We train. If we get arrested, so guys don't make shit, because if they get arrested, you get into serious trouble because you're trained. You train a weapon, and you should, because it's a martial arts, you should be knowing when to use it and when not to. Use it. That being said, you also get some arseholes out there. So I'm not scared to give a PK. I'll clap if you make shit to me. But it's an ego. It's an ego thing. You want to stroke your ego. That's and also I would consider your ego, but then also it's an art. So you're training this art. You try. We want to master this art. So mastering it means being the best. Now that we're on the world stage, we want to be the best in the world. Yeah. But why do we hang on for so long? Like me, is I think I just needed my ego to be straight, to be honest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's now I've accepted it. I've made peace. Hey, I still think after a day in the gym where I'm still giving out some giving what I'm getting, because then you think you can. You know what I mean? But then you're what's the holding out? But why do you want to come back now? You haven't had a fight for so long. What's the point? It's not like you're getting paid millions to come out at a time. It's a different story. So it's just to stroke your ego a little bit. Become a little bit like some guys do to, get a little bit more relevance.
Just get a bit more,
You're more recent on the topic, you know what I mean? So I definitely think ego.
And the landscape of it, here, in SA, I'll say SA Africa, because I think I probably started following cage fighting from obviously when the EFC got pretty popular, guys like Conor McGregor, who have probably expose the sport beyond its existence. Do you know what I mean? Because
changed it for everyone.
Do you know what I mean? So, how's it pretty much the landscape here? Is it because money wise as well? I don't really think it's there.
Yeah, you can't compete. The rand can't compete with dollars.
Is it because of not a lot of people knowing about it?
I think a lot of people do, and I think it's going to come down to what we're doing with our 12th man project. now, like Hecky and I, obviously, we launched Nice Guys Management, obviously because we're both nice guys, and we're gonna take this. We want to take the sport out there into like Alex and like Tembisa, just go showcase a little bit of. And if you get one kid that now goes and finds a gym from that, like you're winning, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we do want to obviously grow the sport. But I mean, it's pretty big here. Hey? The gyms are full. Jiu-jitsu is becoming an own. So, I mean, Chad Leclerc is like a family. They Jiu-jitsu, big Jiu-jitsu players. I mean, his one cousin's overseas in the States. He's owning shit there. You know what I mean? So, like, even Jiu-jitsu now, that's obviously a form of mixed martial arts. It's a form of mixed martial arts, but it's becoming a mainstream sport on its own. Now, from that, wrestling's even had a bit of a rejuvenation. The wrestling clubs. And that was like a staple in South Africa. Wrestling clubs were a staple in South Africa back in the day. Obviously, like with the rugby and all that, but it was like a big thing. You know? So wrestling was massive, and like now we're going back. A lot of people are going back to that, you know? So it's good. So from MMA, all other sports are growing. Judo numbers are up, you know? So, I mean, it's just got to learn everything and then come put it together on the MMA mats. But I mean, the UFC's doing a relatively good job. You know, they're happy to claim they're the feeder system for Africa. They're happy with that. So no, we're not going to pay you a lot, but you know, you fight really well, you can go to the UFC.
Okay. Just you don't seem happy about that.
Nah, well, listen. I don't want to go get started.
You want to get us started?
Maybe
Come on, bro.
Because we all. I can't speak out of turn.
Dino.
There'll be a time. I'm going to negotiate person soon with Marlon Hackey's new fighter we've signed. So I'll be in there. But yeah, it is what it is. They're happy to be that feeder system. You know, like they helped Drickus get there, but technically, they obviously they marketed him, and I mean they were at his title fights there, both two title fights they were there. You know, the guy's going to support him, and Drickus is like he's done for South Africa what Conor McGregor did
for the sport. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, he's like everyone saw Gates and McKenzie. You know, everyone knows now.
What's
we have a world
happening?
Champion. Alle weet nie wat ons weet.
Yeah, they all weet nie.
Now they all know. Now they all know. So I mean, yeah, the sport's there. It is there. I think it's even happening in the UFC. You know, the remuneration for services and status and everything, and putting your life on the line. The remuneration hasn't been there. And those big court cases are all coming to an end now, and you have seen a big shift in like what they're paying their guys. But everyone's gonna try.
Everyone's gonna try.
No promoters clean. I mean, they're boxing promoters. They're like some of the dodgiest. You know?
Really?
Yeah, I see boxing promoters. Man, I mean, I've never heard good things said about boxing promoters. You know, I'll speak like I've known a lot of good boxing coaches and got boxing managers, and no one speaks well about them. They're promoting fights.
Is that just to try and make a big buck out of it?
Yeah, I mean, making money, not paying guys their worth. You know, we don't have anything, but you do. We don't get to see the books and shit. You know, like UFC post now. They post what every fighter their earnings. They make it like thing to post.
Did they make like publicly to the people to see?
I'd love EFC to start like posting that, you know. But I don't want to make this like I'm having a dig at them. I'm an ex-fighter, and that's why Nice Guys Management has been launched, because like we don't want that shit to happen. Like, you know, you must earn your keep.
No,
you can't be a champion and have fought for 5,000 rand to show, and 5,000 rand.
I get
10K,
you.
You're world champion.
Because I think also it's a pretty dangerous sport, man.
And like, in essence, like, I mean, we in Africa. Africa's like a warring continent. Like, the guys from Congo can all fight. The guys from Angola can all fight. The guys from Zambia now, we got Zambian champion. Like we're warring. Like, the Africans love to fight. You know, like there is talent here. But I don't think like been in like the best of hands.
The best of hands yet. Okay,
and like no, but also we haven't had that ticket to the UFC. Because yes, there's other bigger organizations out there, but UFC is like they are like what the apex. You know what I mean in terms of production and show and all of that. So, I mean, one UFC is not far behind it. Like one UFC is maybe bigger than them viewership wise, but
what would it take for like African fighters to actually have that breakthrough, that channel? So we're like,
no, dude, the channel's not open. So Drickers has opened the channel.
Drickers is open.
That's the difference. So, I mean, there's a youngster now in the Ultimate. I mean, Mark, my teammate, was just in Croatia with. He was on the Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah.
Now there's another youngster. I mentioned his name the other day. Also a good youngster.
Where's he from?
Now. A South African.
Yeah.
Yeah, from here. I don't know if you're from. Might be from Cape Town. I don't know. But yeah, so he's in the Ultimate Fighter. So like that gap's there. They have their eyes there.
Yeah.
But it's like you need that American manager. If you like, you could say his manager's American. Like,
okay.
Yeah. So that manager, I might be mistaken. I think he might have been Connor's manager.
Really?
Like, I don't know.
There's a bit of a
maybe. I don't know if that's a true one. Well, it probably might be, but probably get a phone call off this. No, it's true, bro. But yeah, so like you need because they're not going to just listen. If I phone Dana White, who? Where?
Who you?
Yeah.
Where you from?
Right. If even CRT, they all go through their manager. For Drickers' fight.
No, okay, that's pretty interesting. I actually really didn't know that at all. You're actually plugging me into this world of MMA and AFC because I mean, we'll just come to see what the finished product is, and not really, know what really goes on, like in behind the scenes, how guys actually prepare for fights.
It's grueling. It's like the standard camp is probably about 8 weeks.
8 weeks.
8-week camp. Some guys do longer. But, now the new age is like you stay in the gym. Like the old school boxers and fighters, we like disappear and then come back to the gym when it's time to fight. Where it's like, no, training and getting better every day. It's your job now. So there's no time off. Well, you do take a little break, but the sport's like evolved. It's mainstream now. Like Drickers has now pushed South Africa into that world mix,
No, that's really amazing, bro. And I think for me, the biggest thing I've always been like really curious about, like I'm gonna go back to this again, is that when you receive that knockout, you say you don't really feel nothing at all.
So I think of it like the lights going off, like you turning the switch off.
Yeah,
it's like the switch has gone off. The body just cooperates.
And then when you wake up, it's just like...
it's like blurry and dizzy and like, wow, like have you ever fainted?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Like, remember when you were kids, we also like hold it, like you hyperventilate, you hold your chest. It's like that feeling, like, same as like if you've been choked out, like you put to sleep, it's the same feeling when you're waking up from being knocked out. It's like the trip switch.
And you said you have a couple of those.
I've been knocked out once in my career.
Once?
Yeah, once.
The rest you've just been knocking everyone else out.
Not everyone. I got like
submissions.
Yeah, I think so my record looks like a Christmas tree. It's like there's wins and there's wins and there's losses and they're both high. So there's lots of fights there. But I think my style of fighting was like high risk, high reward. I'm going to come at you. Like my ground game, I should have worked it harder earlier on in my career.
Yeah.
I only worked it harder like towards the end, but I was like a no nonsense. I think my record there is for EFC. I think I have like 24 fights or something, with 17 of them being fight of the night.
Yeah,
which is like a big prize.
What was that? Was that like in the EFC?
Yeah, in the EFC. Yeah. So never even though my records, wins and losses, like you knew if Dino's on the card, he's style to fighting, he's going to come to fight.
Yeah.
So it was like I was a showman basically. I was like, cool. What are you going to do? I was like, as long as you control your performance, you know, and you come out and you perform, you win or lose, put on a show. And yeah, I think that won me many fans, to be honest.
And with all this fighting and winning and losing, and how's your personal life been? Because you said you had a child.
Yeah, personal life's been.
Have you been married?
Life, man, up and down.
Have you been married?
Yeah.
Have you walked down the aisle before?
Yeah, I made that. I made a mistake once. I did get married. It was stupid. Both of us were stupid.
Yeah.
We should have never done it. And it just didn't go well. Just, one of those things. And yeah, it just didn't happen. I think it was, maybe I'd give it like 2 years, I think.
And is it the mother of the son?
No. So my son's mom and I were actually high school sweethearts. And we were together for like 17 years. Yeah, so we were together a long time. Yeah.
Come from the same place?
Yeah, we're both like we were at the same school. She was a bit older than me though. But yeah, we worked at the same restaurant. That's how we started. That's how we met. Outside of school, second jobs, guys. And then we're together a long time. We're in the UK together, and then the blessing out of that long relationship, and that's the reason it was not time wasted was because we have our kid, So, and now what? I'm currently in a relationship, happily in a relationship. Got a diamond of a chick. She looks after me. She loves me.
Is she also a fighter as well?
No.
Because it seems like
she can be a badass. She can put me in my place. She can put you to sleep. No. I wouldn't say that, but she can get stuck in. Yeah. When it's time to argue, she's passionate like I am. So yeah, we can argue, but yeah, other than life's good.
Yeah,
relationships, but life is always up and down. I mean, you got to ride.
No, definitely, yeah.
Now that I've gotten older, I've learned to prepare for the winter better. So,
yeah, I get you.
Winter's coming. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, just have that stash there for those rainy days, So, I'm got some money in case I have to. I've started again in my life a few times.
Yeah.
Not something I pride myself on, but that's life. But I don't let it beat me. I get up. I mean, getting back from Zambia, I was I left everything to go to Zambia, and then I came back because, my wife and I we were going to get divorced, and I'm missing my kid anyways. So what am I stupid? I'm missing out on all this time with him, and I came back and started from rock bottom. I was living in my mate's mother's maid's quarters. I was staying there, and then I just had to build up, So that's the fight in me, not give. I won't give up. I'll keep. I'll just cool. You've lost everything, and you just start again.
Keep on fighting.
Yeah, start again. I think I'm not scared to do it. You know what I mean? Cool. I'm also not attached to the worldly shit.
That, yeah.
Yeah, I think the only thing I'm upset that they won't give back is I have my title belts from the UK and my what's the other thing?
They won't give you those back.
And my camping tent. That's all. The rest, it's gone now, whatever. But if I ever get a chance, I'd like that stuff back. If you're listening,
they would give you what? They would give you back.
Yeah, but yeah.
Why did they give those back? It's just
bullshit, bro. Just bullshit.
Hey, listen, they must give you those back.
Too much now. You're gonna have to cut this part out. But yeah, don't really talk about my private life in these interviews. So
yeah,
but yeah, I mean, I wear my heart on my sleeve. So,
yeah,
I got nothing to hide. I'm me. I'm humble. I can't be arrogant.
Yeah.
When it's time to go, it's time to go.
It's time to go. It's time to go when the lights are on. Yeah. It's time to move.
Yeah,
bro. Listen, man. One more favor before we wrap it up, right? Yeah. So that's your own camera over there, right? So, in your own time, just look into the camera. Just anything that other fighters are also going through out there. So I'm not saying fighters as in actual fighters. Yeah. Saying people that are probably fighting, their own demons. Because humans, we all fighting each day. Probably not to prepare to fight on a cage, but
fighting life.
Yeah, we're fighting life. So what words of encouragement and inspiration you have for them?
Yeah, I think my biggest thing I'm gonna say is like the guy, like, just don't give up. Just keep going. Find peace in God. Definitely. Lean into Him heavily. Let Him carry that burden for you. That whatever life's given you at the time, let Him carry that burden. And pick yourself up one step at a time, one round at a time, one punch at a time. Yeah, that's it.
The Pretty, the Lion. Thank you so much for coming to sit down here with us, man. It has been a wonderful really honor. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I love doing these things, and you've been great, man. I get to walk it down memory lane. And I'm coming out of retirement.
Hey, listen, let me know. I'll be your coach.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. After all of that, we're just wrapping it up now. Thank you so much to the Lion Dino for joining us here. You know, as he said, keep on fighting. Do not give up. You know, we always fight each day to survive the next day. All right. So, guys, listen, another episode wrapped up, and we'd like to thank Tempo Luxury Restaurant for having us in their space and being partners with us in this podcast called Beyond the Game. Another episode. So please, before you switch it off, remember to like, share, subscribe, comment, engage with us. All right. Until we meet in the next episode. Bye-bye.